Your GH Spoilers preview video is here. Find out what the Port Charles Power players are plotting this week. It's finally here. The reading of Victor Cassadine's Charles Shaughnessy, Will, and his nearest and not so dearest are gathered to hear him deliver it. Via video. How else would a psychotic narcissist like himself do it? Alexis, Nancy Lee Grahn, Ava, Maura West, and Laura, Jenny Francis are just a few of the disgusted folks there to see what he has to say. Welcome to the reading of my will, he says via video. Also happening, Curtis, Donald Turner, is spinning out as he worries to his father Marshall, Robert Gossett, Aunt Stella, Vernie Watson, and estranged wife Portia, Brooke Kerr, about Trina's, Tabiana Ali, test results. In minutes, I'll find out if I'm going to be a father, he shares. Both secrets converge on young couple Trina and Spencer, Nicholas Alexander Chavez, as the latter receives a key and we hear Victor's voice saying, "I leave you the truth." It must open a special box, which Spencer gently opens as we then hear. The results are in. See it all for yourself in the sneak peek video below. GH made its debut in 1963 and was created by the husband and wife team of Frank and Doris Hursley, taking place at a hospital but in an unnamed city. In fact, the setting wasn't named as Port Charles until the 1970s. General Hospital is the longest-running soap opera currently on air. From legendary Laura's Jenny Francis, 4 decades on and off and back on as the show's leading heroine, to Anna Devane's Finola Hughes, super spy exploits, to Sonny Corinthos, Maurice Benard, and his mobster activities, GH certainly knows how to please their viewers. More than 5 decades of gripping drama as well as love in the afternoon have kept this ABC daytime soap on the air and winning daytime Emmys. Epic romances, action-adventure stories, and love on the run have enthralled viewers over the years. They say love conquers all, but we're willing to bet they didn't face the kind of challenge that General Hospital's Trina and Spencer will find themselves having to face in the coming days. In fact, we're wrong to refer to a singular challenge, because they'll be dealing with problems coming at them on multiple fronts. On the plus side, being kidnapped by Victor and playing a pretty major role in preventing him from killing millions of innocent people has brought Spencer and Trina closer than ever. Unfortunately, that has not gone unnoticed by her extremely concerned and understandably protective mom Portia. Even before the pair's adventure in Greenland, Portia wasn't the biggest fan of Trina's beau. Victor proving yet again that where the Cassadine clan goes, danger follows, did them no favors. Yet even overcoming Portia's concerns may be child's play compared to the far bigger problems which could arise as a result of Spencer pursuing custody of his younger brother, Ace. Sure, they did an admirable job of keeping the tot alive under incredibly perilous circumstances, but are they really ready to not only become Ace's full-time caretakers but deal with his mom, Esme? Because it seems unlikely that she's going to simply hand over her son and then fade into the woodwork. Just as importantly, do fans really want to watch Spencer and Trina playing nursemaid? We're only just getting to know them, just as they're getting to know one another. A baby is definitely not the kind of thing that leads to an epic romance for a budding supercouple. Imagine if immediately after Luke and Laura had defeated the Cassadines during the original Iced Princess storyline, they'd been handed a newborn. Then again, fans probably would have preferred that to the storyline which saw Laura disappear into the fog shortly after becoming Mrs. Luke Spencer. Spencer's got plenty of money, which means he could easily hire a slew of nannies to help care for Ace. But wouldn't it make more sense for Nicholas to return from his premature grave, fight for Ava and have them, as a united front, deal with Esme and her half-Cassadine offspring? Either way, it seems likely that the waters will be anything but smooth for Spencer and Trina. The only real question is whether her mom, his dad, or Lil Ace will prove to be the biggest obstacle. Maurice Benard brings many colors to his role as Sonny Corinthos, compassionate family man, dangerous mobster, loyal friend, but recently he reminded us that Sonny's a romantic guy too. For his performance as a man deeply in love with Maina Reeves, the woman to whom he's proposed marriage, Soap Hub is giving Benard Performer of the Week for GH honors. Sonny proposed to Nina, Cynthia Watrous, in her office at Crimson, maybe not the most romantic setting, but his commitment to Nina was no less sincere. He admitted that he didn't pick the right setting, but he didn't think Nina would need a candlelit dinner for him to ask for a commitment. Nina argued that Sonny never thought of proposing to her until tonight. That prompted him to reach into his pocket and present a beautiful engagement ring. "Now do you believe me?" Sonny asked Nina. Nina was moved by Sonny's gesture. "You really want to marry me?" she asked. "You want to rethink your answer," he said to her with quiet confidence. Nina, who'd been worried about Sonny's family breaking them up just a few moments earlier, broke out into a smile. Still, she closed the box and reaffirmed her desire not to bring any disharmony to his life. Nina said that she couldn't marry him. Sonny said that Nina had brought more to his life than she's taken away and that he loves her. "You let me be just who I am. You don't try to change me," he said. Nina replied that that's because Sonny's perfect. "Yeah, because you've helped me get there," Sonny said. He recounted how when he and Nina met up in Nixon Falls, he may not have known who he was, but it didn't matter because he knew what he felt. "I still do," he said. "You see things in me that other people don't see. I can be Sonny, but I don't have to be the boss, a person who has to have his guard up." Sonny pointed out that he and Nina are similar and that he admires her for asking for forgiveness. Alas, he doesn't know just how much he may need to forgive Nina if Carly goes to jail for insider trading. Sonny got down on his knee, opened the ring box, and asked Nina again to marry him. Nina said she wanted to believe him, but she couldn't help but believe he'd realize someday that she's more trouble than she's worth. Sonny kept gently pushing. Nina verbalized how much Sonny has been there for her these past few months especially, and then gave an enthusiastic yes to his proposal. Sonny doesn't smile as much as we'd like to see, but Bernard had his character break out into a grin, knowing he won Nina's heart. Honorable mentions: Maurice Bernard. Sonny wasn't the only one bringing romance to Port Charles this past week. Chase, Josh Swickard, and Brooke Lynn, Amanda Seton, finally got on the same page and declared their feelings for one another. Like Nina did with Sonny, Brooke Lynn shared with Chase how much she loved him. How could she not after he serenaded her with help from Big Brother Finn, Michael Easton? Because General Hospital is chock full of criminals, it needs to have at least a few lawyers. Or else the criminals might have to serve jail time, and nobody wants that. But just like with all professions, there are better and worse versions. Who's tops in the Port Charles legal field? We collected a whopping 5,000 plus opinions. Though, in the end, there was only one clear winner: Molly, Haley Polos, and Robert, Tristan Rogers. Each earned less than 1% each. They're both on the district attorney's side, which means they actually try to put bad guys away, not keep them out of trouble. And in Port Charles, that makes you an enemy of the people. Robert and Molly think that killers and blackmailers and mobsters might need to be stopped. And considering Molly's family's history with the Cosa Nostra, that's a big no-no. As for Robert, he just doesn't get Sonny's, Maurice Bernard, appeal. Which means he'll never get anywhere in his career. Meanwhile, it was a little under 2% each of the votes for Scott, Kin Schreiner, and Martin, Michael E. Knight. They may not be all about truth, justice, and the American way. They may also have dark sides, but see, their dark sides are, old. How could their opinions possibly be relevant to present-day youth? They're dinosaurs, basically, and Scott also holds Sonny responsible for silly things like drugging and sleeping with his underage daughter, which means he'll never get anywhere in his career. And then there are the amazingly unanimous 96% of voters who are all in on Diane Carolyn Hennessy. She does get Sonny's appeal. If it weren't for her, he might have actually had to take responsibility for his crimes. Can you imagine a world where Sonny doesn't think he's on the side of the angels every time? Diane exists to confirm his self-image, which makes her the greatest lawyer ever. GH spoilers tease that Chase is so happy to be back on the Port Charles police force. Will he still be happy once he finds out that it was Tracy who got him his reinstatement hearing, and that it was Brooke Lynn who asked her grandma to throw some money around and make it happen? What will happen once the truth comes to light? Chase, Josh Swickard, is such a straight arrow, 21% of you sigh. He honestly believes the world should be run on the up and up, and once he learns that Brooke Lynn, Amanda Seton, actually asked Tracy, Jane Elliott, to pull some strings for him, well, he won't stand for it, and he'll break up with Brooke Lynn. Again, Chase isn't the guy he was even a year ago, 25% of the audience is hoping. Was he being honest when he helped Brooke Lynn pretend they were Bailey's parents? No, he was not. He finally understood that once in a while, you need to tell a lie for a good cause. He won't be thrilled with what Brooke Lynn and Tracy did, but he will understand why they did it, and he'll let Brooke Lynn slide without a lecture or a breakup. A winning 54% of voters, however, want it both ways. You expect Chase to be upset and for there to be drama. What's the point of watching soaps if there is no drama? But then you also expect him to calm down and forgive her. And there will be romance. What's the point of watching soaps if there is no romance? You want it all. You want it all, and you want it now. Why shouldn't you get it?